The fan edition device in the Galaxy S21 range that we were expecting to see at the end of October 2021 has finally crept its way into the very start of 2022. At the time of this recording, we've just had the Galaxy S21 FE for no less than a day, so not enough time for a full review, which will come later, but more than enough to give you our initial hands-on. Hi, Ben from SamMobile. If you enjoy exclusive and new videos like this, then be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any new videos on YouTube with SamMobile TV. Here is our very quick hands-on with the Galaxy S21 FE. In terms of the design, the S21 FE comes in 4 different colors: white, graphite, olive, and lavender. The model we have here is the graphite color, which most would consider it to be black or dark gray. The thickness of the device is around 7.9 millimeters and weighs 177 grams, which is less than the 190 grams of the previous Galaxy S20 FE. So far, it handles well when using it and holding it. The design language definitely follows after the S21 and S21 Plus, which should come as no surprise, as since this is the FE version of the upper flagship devices. The buttons for the volume rocker and the power are on the same side, which is on the right side of the frame, with a USB-C port at the bottom, dual speakers, no headphone port, and IP68 water and dust resistance. Although there is still support for dual physical nano SIMs, there is no longer the micro SD card slot for expandable storage. Now, this graphite model that we've been using does catch a lot of fingerprints, so based on that, unless using a case, going for the lighter colors might be a better choice overall. For the materials, we do have a plastic back, or Glastic as Samsung likes to call it, with a metal frame and a glass front. Now, we're not sure what Gorilla Glass model is being used for the front glass, if Gorilla Glass at all, but once we know, we will make sure to update come the final review. Overall, the design feels familiar and right at home to what we've come to know with the Galaxy S21 series. What's great about the display on the S21 FE that it's rocking a flat non-curved 6.4-inch dynamic AMOLED display panel with a full high definition plus 1080p resolution and 120Hz high refresh rate for that smooth scrolling, and a peak max brightness that is stated at 1200 nits. Now, mind you, this is not an LTPO variable refresh rate panel like what you find on the flagship S21 and S21 Plus, which refresh between 48 to 120 Hz for better efficiency. The display does house a top selfie hole punch for the 32 megapixel selfie, and also an optical in-display fingerprint sensor, which compared to the Galaxy S21 is slightly lower in the position, which might take some time getting used to. Now, from memory, the haptic vibration feedback feels much the same to the Galaxy S20 FE, meaning it's not as tight and strong as the S21, but more than decent enough for day-to-day use. So far, using the display, nothing has really come as a surprise because the display experience is still great when it comes to using it, and it's par for the course as what we've come to expect from a Samsung display at this level. In terms of the specs, performance, and software, from what we've been briefed and told, the Galaxy S21 FE comes in 3 SKUs. All are packing the Snapdragon 888, then the top SKU with 8GB of RAM and 256GB of internal storage, the middle with 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage, and the final entry SKU with 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. Now, the entry SKU model is the one that we have here with 6GB of RAM and 128GB of internal storage. What we've been told is that the top and entry SKU will be the one that's stocked in range, with no news on pricing and ranging of the middle SKU. We weren't initially sure with the Galaxy S21 FE what software version it would be running out of the box, but good news, it is running One UI 4 with Android 12. We won't spend much time here as we have extensively covered One UI 4, so we highly recommend you check out our full One UI 4 playlist for all you need to know in regards to it. But we will say that one feature we think might help this entry SKU we have here on One UI 4 is RAM Plus, but only time will tell. We won't give a definitive full take on the performance, but so far it feels okay and it feels good. The camera hardware yet again looks to be taking a leaf out of the Galaxy S20 FE's book with a very familiar hardware layout. The S21 FE is using a triple rear camera layout with a 12 megapixel wide, 12 megapixel ultra wide, and an 8 megapixel 3x optical zoom lens backed with a 32 megapixel selfie. Quick overview of the camera experience with the UI. You can still shoot 4K 30 frames on all the camera lenses, including the selfie, but 4K 60 is limited to the main wide lens and the selfie. All of the shooting modes like Pro Video, Portrait mode for pictures, single take, and more are all expected and here. More testing is needed when it comes to the camera, but here are a few quick images and videos of the Galaxy S21 FE's camera. This is a sample of the S21 FE's 4K 30 frames a second on the selfie camera. Let me know how the video quality is, as well as the sound from the microphones as well. This is the video quality on the Galaxy S21 FE's 4K 30 frames a second on the rear main camera. Let me know how the video quality looks like, as well as the audio sound as well from the microphones. And again, 4K 30 frames a second on the S21 FE, but this time on the ultra wide. Let me know how the video quality and the audio sounds like for the ultra wide in 4K 30 for the S21 FE. Battery and charging wise, the S21 FE is packing a 4,500 mAh battery with support for 25 watt wired charging, 15 watt wireless charging, and wireless power share. Now, thanks to the slimmer box of the S21 FE, it follows the trend in which the S21 series started back in January 2021, where there is no charger in the box. The S20 FE at least came with a 15 watt charger, but this time round, to get the maximum charging speeds, you will have to purchase a charger separately. Now, the verdict on the battery life is still out there for now until more usage and feedback come to the final review. But for now, this is all the details we have on the battery and charging experience on the Galaxy S21 FE. Pricing of the Galaxy S21 FE starts at $699 and £699 respectively for 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage, and $749 and £749 for 8GB of RAM and 256GB of storage. The jury is still out on whether the price justifies the means this time round with the release of the Galaxy S21 FE, which should be readily available from the 11th of January, and also the fact that we no longer have the micro SD card slot and no charger in the box. Stick around for more test, usage, and coverage of the Galaxy S21 FE here on SamMobile, and let us know in the comment section below what you think of the Galaxy S21 FE so far. For the latest news in the world of Samsung Daily, be sure to visit us at sammobile.com. And for all the latest videos on YouTube with SamMobile TV, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and we will see you next time.